You are listening to Win on KZKO. Check them out every Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Only on KZKO The Vibe.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for the Win Show on KZKO. Take part with the cast by sending your suggestions for each segment throughout the week or during the show by hitting them up on Facebook at World Improv Network, Twitter at World Improv Net, or the Win KZKO blog. Now, enjoy the show. It's local. It's global. You are listening to Win World Local News.
Win World Local News with Potter Smittss. Our top story today is brought to us by Win Facebook contributor Hideki of Tokyo, Japan. With the war words escalating between Sony, North Korea, President Obama over the cyber vandalism and the Christmas release date of the movie The Interview, major last-minute edits to the film have been made. To get the inside scoop, let's go live to Win Hollywood arts and entertainment reporter Jack Johnson, who is outside Sony Picture headquarters. Jack?
Yes, thank you, Potter. I'm here outside Sony. The mood is calm now after the edits to the film have been made. I've been given a screening of the new edited film. It is 10 minutes long now, so you will have no problem getting in and out. There are no references made at all to North Korea, and the scene now consists of one scene that is purely James Franco and Seth Rogen sitting in a spa discussing the evening's baseball game from the night before. To be honest, I would give it 2 thumbs down. While it got me out of there quickly, I did not find it particularly engaging, as I am not interested in fake baseball.
Well, Jack, has there been any more word from Kim Jong-un and anyone else from North Korea with regards to this new information and the final edit to be released only 10 minutes long and nothing to do at all with the dictator?
Yes, Potter, the North Korean embassy has just sent over an emissary to speak with the head of Sony. They have watched the film, and I can see It looks like they're emerging from the conference room now. They're shaking hands, they're laughing. From what I can tell, the North Koreans look very happy. The agents of Sony are, moribund. They're very blasé. You can see the disappointment on their face. But the North Koreans, they're high-fiving each other, slapping each other on the back, clearly overjoyed at their media victory.
Has there been any sight of Kim Jong-un himself? Has he come out of hiding, or is he still in a cellar drinking Hennessy and celebrating his victory?
I think it is most definitely the latter. He was not present here. Word that I am getting is that he Skyped into the interview and was FaceTimed in as well, so he was watching the movie from 2 different perspectives, and he remains drunk, crunk, all messed up on the Henny.
Whoa, I just got breaking news right now, Jack, that Kim Jong-un has made a guest star appearance in the film itself as buddies with Seth. What's the story with that? Do you have anything on that street on that information?
Yes, that was the other scene in the movie that I forgot to mention. It's just a brief 3-second clip at the end of the credits where they're all hanging out. Seth Rogen, known marijuana enthusiast, he is smoking a large doobie while Kim Jong-un sips on his typical Henny.
So do you think there's any chance of a sequel, perhaps, now that amends have been made and the film is so short?
Well, I know the North Koreans would be excited to produce a sequel. Kim Jong-un shares the love of film that his father was so well known for, but the Sony representatives are not as enthused, so we'll see. I believe talks are underway, but where they're going to go, I don't know. It's a distinct possibility that the North Koreans will go indie on this one and make their own version.
Well, thank you for that information, Jack. That's quite exciting, and it's some serious breaking news. Our next story is brought to us by Win Twitter correspondent George of New York, New York. With the #1 hashtag of 2014 being awarded to I Can't Breathe, doctors and scientists worldwide are scared of a new outbreak. To spread the story from sea to shining sea, let's go live to Win senior medical expert Dr. Dewey Jeeves, who's at the WHO World Headquarters in Geneva, Switzerland. Dr. Dewey, what's going on over there?
Yes, Potter, thank you. Over here at the World Health Organization, the concern is high that this lung and respiratory infection will spread more virulently through Twitter than through any other medium. We have found that those who have hashtagged I Can't Breathe, and one of the symptoms is that they may actually still be breathing. So one of the major problems with this respiratory disease is that those who have it are confused. They may not actually be breathing, or they may, we don't know. It makes identifying actual patients very difficult. So that is business order number 1 here at the World Health Organization. There is more to be learned about this disease. The method through which it is spread through Twitter is really unknown at this point. It appears to be spread through fingertips. So we have been, the reporters and I have all been waiting anxiously to hear the results of fingertip testing that has been done, and analyzing those skin cells to see if they do in fact have a different chemical makeup now that people have been using touch screens for over 10 years.
Well, I've heard that Dr. Smittss is about to join you real quick in the press conference to give some more information on this.
Yes, he has just stopped into the booth. Dr. Smittss, the world expert on fingertips. Dr. Smittss, what can you tell us has been the effect of constant touchscreen use on fingertips?
Well, we found that this is unlike prior evolutionary steps in mankind. The fingertips are now more stimulated than ever, and this is changing how the brain is making neural connections.
So, in this case, it seems very likely that the changed neural connections would be a rerouting away from the lungs so people can no longer breathe as a result of hashtagging I Can't Breathe.
That is absolutely correct.
Thank you, Dr. Smittss. Potter, I'm going to throw it back to you.
Well, thank you, Dr. Dewey. That's a very interesting development. Well, let's go live over to the World Sports Desk and fired up Frank, who's at the Santa Claus Viewing Championships in the Vatican. Fired up, what's going on in the Vatican?
Oh, Potter, it's very peaceful here. With a few exceptions, there are several members of the College of Cardinals that are quite upset that the secular representation of Christmas, the Santa Claus, is getting so much attention out here in the Vatican. The Holy See, they contend, should remain only with religious views of the holidays, meaning babies, swaddling clothes, donkeys, and sheep.
Well, thank you, Fired Up, for that information. Boy, that's an interesting view on the whole holiday season in general. Well, let's go over to Tulip Sunstream, who is in a crowded Iranian bazaar. What are you doing over there, Tulip?
Hello, yes, I'm trying to expand outside of my comfort zone. I'm going all over the world. I'm just trying to connect with people. The weather, it's hot. That's really all there is to say about the weather. I mean, it's dry. But otherwise, it is so refreshing to be back in a metropolitan area where there's so much hustle and bustle, and it's just nice to be around the lives of humans who are reaching out to one another. And it might even be just in transactions, it might just be in an economic way over here, but still you can see the expressions on people's faces, how they fight for a bargain, or how they're so glad to get that that bronze pot that they were looking to get. And I'm starting to feel a little happier on the inside.
Well, thank you, Tulip. That's great to hear after last week, especially when you were in Outer Mongolia, a little bit down on your wits. And it's great to hear that you got some live reporting from Iran. Well, thank you all for tuning in to Win World Local News. I'm Potter Smittss. Good day, and stay tuned for Community Court next on the World Improv Network.
Give the Wincast your suggestions via Facebook, Twitter, or the KZKO Win blog during the commercial break of a case that needs to be heard during Community Court. Next on KZKO.
You are listening to Win on KZKO. Check them out every Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Only on KZKO The Vibe.